Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about two things. One is how to use in and how to use between operators. So we are going to see both of them in this video. So let's start with in operator. So now I'm taking an example of this table. Select star from booking. So if you execute this query, you will have the booking ID, customer ID, and employee number, book date, and broker ID. So now I wanted to use in operator. How do I do it? So generally what we will be using whenever you use in operator, so you will have to make use of where condition, and this in is used as a short form of our or statement, or statement. So let's see how are we going to do that. Select star from booking and where broker ID. I wanted to see the broker IDs which are in 1 comma 5 and then colon. So in this case, if you execute this statement, you will be able to see the broker ID in you have to write. Okay. So see, those two records got displayed. Just to show you what are all the values. So 1 comma 5 we have displayed. So let us say you want the cust ID in 71, whatever the number you want you can give, 71 and 90. So in this case, what is going to happen? Run the query and it will display the records with the cust ID 71 and 90. So I can take another table example. So let's say this is the product table. Select star from this product and see what all the product names are available. Now if you wanted to write inquiry, select star from product where product name in. I wanted to write the product names here. Let us say I wanted to write shirt, comma, and I wanted to write t-shirts. So ensure you are giving it in single quotes, where when you are writing it for numbers, you don't need to do that. So product name, where product name. So now if you run this query, then automatically you will be able to see the records. Shirt and t-shirts. So only t-shirts has come. So we might have not given the correct name. Just see what is the name for shirt. See, the spelling is wrong. S-H-R-I-T. What we have given here? S-H-I-R-T. So that's the reason it did not display. S-H, the text should match. Then only the record will be pulled. So now select this and then run the query. Then obviously you will be seeing the both the records. Now, if at all you wanted to display something, you are using in. If at all I don't want to display the ones which are with shirt and t-shirts, in that case, you are going to use not in. Okay. So make use of a word not, then it will display the records where the product name is not shirt and a t-shirt. Just see, if you execute, the rest of the records will be displayed. So those records with the shirt and t-shirts will not be displayed. So the same case here, whenever you write not in front of this, then obviously you will not be able to see those two records, except that you will see the rest of the records. So this is all about in statement. So in operator you can use along with where. So what you can do is you can make use of in along with where and identify the number of records. So this is a substitute for your or statement. So whenever you are using operator or, instead of or, you can make use of in also. So now we are going to see one more thing called between operator. Between operator is it can be used between numbers and then text and dates. So what will happen when you are using between operator? Let me take this booking example and then run the query. See, I wanted to display the brokers between 5 and 10. So broker ID is between 5 and 10. So when I write that, it will display the brokers 5 and 10 also, because that means it is inclusive. It takes inclusive. What does it mean? So select star from broker where broker ID broker ID between broker ID between 5 and 10. So now if you see, we have broker ID 5 and 10. So if you have something with broker ID 6, 7, those also will get displayed. Now let me run the first one. It will display only two records, that is 5 and 10. Now execute it, you will see 5 and 10. If at all you run it with 1 and 5, it will display 1 record, 2 record and 5 record. See here, if I run this 1, 2, 5, that means whenever you give between statement, the records are inclusive. Inclusive means that record also will get displayed. That is the meaning of inclusive. So you can do the same way how you have done for not in, same way not between also you can use. If you use not between, it will not display the records with 1 and 5 in between records. That means 1 to 5 won't be displayed. Now run the query and see what is going to happen. So it displays only 10. So let's say if you are running this query alone, see how many records are in this table. Just see here. If you look at here, you have 1, 2, 5, 10. But what we have used, select star from booking where broker not between 1 and 5. That means it will not display 1, 2, 5. It will display only the last record, that is the remaining record, that is 10. The record with broker ID 10 will be displayed. That is how you will be using between using not also. And also you can make use of a combination of between and in also. So let us say if you run this query, what is going to happen? See here, once you run the query, you are getting the record. Select star from booking. So you have these records here. And now what I wanted to do is I wanted to display the records. Select star from booking where broker ID between 1 and 5. Okay, I wanted to display 1 and 5. If you look at, that means what it will display, it will display 3 records, right? So 1, 2, 5 will be displayed, but I don't want to display the record which is with the customer ID 51, 51 and 71. So in that case, how are we going to do that? You will be writing between 1 and 5, and then what you are going to do is you are going to write to and cust ID not in not in 51 comma 71. So this is how, if you write the logic, then automatically display only the record with 5, because just see what is going to happen. Run the query and it will display only fifth record. See what is happening when you are making use of this statement, it will display the records between 1 and 5. That means 1, 2, 5 will be displayed. But what is the additional condition we are using? We are also checking whether the customer ID is not in 51 and 71. So in such cases, it will not display those records. If you use this without not, see what is going to happen. So it will display 52 and 52 and then 51 and 71. So here you did not see the 90 record. See here we have 90 record also, but the other condition did not satisfy. So when you are using AND statement, both the statements must be true, then only it will be displayed. So this is how you will be making use of your between and in statements also. You can do the same thing for text also. Whenever you use between, you can verify the text also between using between. So let us say I'll go to this table and then I'll show you this select star from product. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the text between these two. Let us say cotton and balloon. Okay, let me write that. I'll take this where where product product name between the texts. Okay, between cotton and balloon. See what is going to happen. So you can write either it in capital letter or small letters, it does not matter. So it is not case sensitive, it will work. Run this program and obviously you will not see anything which is in between these two. So if you have something, then it will be displayed. Let us say if I run this query and if I write instead of cotton balloon, see there is no you have to see the matching between these letters. Let us say if I give t-shirts or jeans, if I give C and J letters, you have to see. Okay, let me see. I'll give first balloon and then last I'll give t-shirts. See what is going to happen. So if you run this, see here, balloon and t-shirts. What does it mean? The letter started with B and then the next text is C cotton and D, E, F, G, H, I, J. It also got displayed. So similarly, when you change this from balloon to let's say jeans, if you do with jeans, then the C one will not be displayed. The text of C won't be displayed there. See, C is omitted there. If you give it something like oranges, PQRST, you can say yeah, mango. So you have to look at the first alphabet and the last alphabet, like how do we do our simple maths. So you have to see what is the first letter and what is the last letter, and in between whether those things are displayed or not. So that is how it will display when you are using a text uh, for verifying the text for using between. So similarly you can do for date also. Let us say in this table you have this date. Okay, book date is there. So now I wanted to see the date between 2015 7/1 to 2000 this one. Okay, let us say if I give this date and this date, what it will come? It has to get 3 dates. So how are we going to do that? Select star from booking where book date between. So you have to give the date. So how do you give? You can give the date in two types. Okay, so you can give within the single quotes and then the date, whatever is there. Let us say 2016 hyphen 07 hyphen 01 and the other date is 2050 single quotes 2015 hyphen 12 hyphen 01. Okay, so now run this program and see what is going to happen. Okay, there are no records. 7/1. Okay, let me change it to 2016 and see what is going to happen. Yeah, so 2016 7/1. So that means you have to ensure that the first date it starts with, let us say if you give 2015 7/1 and this one, see what is going to happen. Okay, so it started with 2015 7.1, so this has come, and then in between 2015 12 also has come, and then 2016 12 1. That means both of them have come. So if I give only 7 here or 6, then the seventh record should not come. So like that, you need to understand what is the date you are trying to, and then you can compare, and then automatically it will display. So just see what is the format you are using. So it is all wise, year, day, month, date formats. So you need to understand which format you are using. So for wise, and then DD you can use, and then you can try to identify the dates. So now if at all you change this to some other date, let us say if there are no records in between also, will not be able to display. Let us say if you give 2019 and 2018, since there is no date in the table, then it will display blank. So this is how you will be writing the queries to make use of between. You can make use of between, and you can make use of in statement, and then you can add not in also while you are trying to make use of the operators. So what we have learned? We have learned in operator, how to make use of not in, and we have used between operator, and then not in along with the between. So make sure you are using right operator with the where condition based upon the requirement.